High Performance Success. I'm an event expert. Today I'm going to be giving you the top 3 things you need to consider when choosing a virtual platform to host your virtual events for 2021. The first thing you consider is the experience that you want to create for your audience, because you want to create an experience for them. So that's going to factor into what platform that you use. Number 2, you and your team's ability to execute in that experience on that virtual platform is another thing. Number 3, the ease of use for your audience, so that how they can log in, how they can access the information, can they use the chat features easily. So let's just go over each one individually. First one is creating the experience. So you want to create experience for your audience in a virtual event. So when you're choosing a platform, you want to decide what experience you want to create. Like some of the platforms are Zoom, you have GoToWebinar, you have Webinar Jammer, you have StreamYard. You have these different platforms that can give you different experiences depending on what you're looking to create with your virtual event. That's why it's important to know not only your target market, also what type of event that you're going to be creating, whether it be a networking event, is it a webinar, is it a multi-day event. That all goes into what you're going to do as far as creating that virtual experience for your audience when you're hosting your virtual events. Number 2, like I said, is the ability to execute, and your team's ability to execute your virtual event on that platform. Now, you may start out with something simple like Zoom or something like Webinar Jam or GoToWebinar, whatever's going to work best for you that you can execute and deliver that experience. And as you get more experience, then you can upgrade to a different platform or a fancier platform. But start with something simple. Start with something that you are familiar with, that you can execute, you can run, you and your team. And that's very important, because if you can't execute, you won't be able to create the experience you want for your customers. Number 3, the ease of use. So number 3, how easy is it for your customers to log in? Do they have to register, pre-register? Do you have passcodes, and how does that all work? Well, very simply, platforms like Zoom, you can either have them register, which is just put their name and email address, or you can give them passcodes. Like platforms like Zoom, basically, you can either have them register or just give them mean ID or passcode, and they can log in that way. But you want to make it easy for them to log in. You don't want to have them have a lot of trouble, because then you'll have to deal with that. So you want to make sure the platform you choose will give you that. Now, like I said, there's a few different platforms out there. You have Zoom, you have GoToWebinar, you have Webinar Jammer, and that's just a few. And there's a lot more out there. But the main thing about choosing a virtual platform to host your events is you want to make sure that you're delivering a great experience to your customers. You can execute the events to the standards that you set for your customers and yourself and your team. And you also want to make it easier to access, to log in, to ask questions, to type questions in the chat or the Q&A. You don't want something that's too difficult, because if it's too difficult, it'll just create problems and barriers. So that's my tip on today on picking a virtual platform to create your virtual events. This is Jason Burke, event expert and CEO of High Performance Success, taking a business and events 0 to 60. Have a great day.